people sitting. Here you go. Beep beep. On the bus, beep beep beep. On the bus, beep beep beep. I see town.
What does the daddy on the bus say?
I tell you.
Hi, this is Tanner, Risa, and Willa. We're a little American family living out our dream of life abroad and currently call Germany our home. In our past 2 videos, we took you on a tour around Palermo, the capital of Sicily in southern Italy. We explored the beautiful streets and talked about the cultural differences compared to Germany and the US. We also take you on a food tour and experience quite possibly the best street food you can find. Cheesy, fatty. Wow.
He threw like a large chunk of lard in there with it.
Just as good as I hoped. For the first time ever, in this video, we give an insider's view of what our travel day looked like, flying from Sicily, with a long layover in Milan, Italy, to landing in the Czech Republic, and finally driving to our home in Germany. We already know we're crazy. You don't even have to tell us in the comments below. It was a long day to say the least. Throw in a toddler and things are bound to stay interesting. Goodbye, adorable, cute street in Sicily. We're headed home. And
Orange peels in a hand for the little one in the stroller. Because you know us, we're always eating on the go. Well, we're on our way to the bus stop to then go to the airport, and all of a sudden someone's like, oh my gosh, I know you guys. So thanks for saying hi, Kristen. It's what a coincidence that we run into you in the middle of the streets, both taking advantage of the longer weekend.
it is going to be a long travel day. We've never done a travel video, but you guys need to see exclusive footage of how we travel with a toddler on multiple different buses, airplanes, and a car. It's a long day, but it is worth it to make these trips happen. We think. Honestly, the trip here was quite terrible. We actually started out filming to take you with us as we went to the city of Milan because we had a long enough layover, but we were so flustered that we just gave that hope up of creating a video for it. But we're gonna put some of the footage here for you to see what Milan looks like, the little tidbit that we got. We tasted some incredible food and we did have fun reminiscing back on our time in Italy back in 2017. That was our very first time coming to Europe and it was fun to be back. This time we're able to document it for you guys, so come with us. It's a long day of travel ahead, but maybe it will feel easier knowing that we'll be able to have these memories to look back on.
What color is it? Orange. Going round and round. That's not our bus that takes us to the airport, but a couple things to point out. Snacks are probably the most important thing with a kid after a really good nap or a good night's sleep. Willa's been loving oranges and bananas a lot lately. We've had granola. Wow, it is loud here. These are some of the snacks we have right now, but if we mentioned chocolate, she goes wild. She loves it. We had to tell her that we're waiting for the airplane to have some because she will not eat anything else if she knows that's on the menu.
Also, something that we're really proud of this trip is that we packed extremely light. We got cheap flights and we didn't want to pay the extra cost for baggage. So, 1 bag, 2 bag, 3 bag. And they're quite small. Other than that, we got to bring the stroller for free. And it was nice to pack light.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely wish that we had a few more pairs of socks for how much we walked around. We're making it happen though, so. It's
really humid here, so that's why we needed more, is because it's not quite warm enough to wear sandals. Unfortunately, we are sandal people, too cold, and that's our bus.
A plane. Bus.
Are we on a bus?
Yeah, I drive. A plane.
Are we going to the airplane, the airport?
Yeah.
Where does the airplane gonna go?
Upside.
Do you like riding buses, Willa?
Yeah. A bus. People sitting. Here you go. Beep beep. On the bus. Beep beep beep. On the bus. Beep beep beep. I see town.
What does the daddy on the bus say?
I tell you.
I woke up underground. Not a light, not a sound. Threw my voice into the dark, but the dark had no remark. Just repeated what I said.
We made it to the airport and Willa decided to take a quick little cat nap, which hopefully she can sleep on at least one of the flights this afternoon on the airplane, huh? Airplane. When we first got here to Palermo, it was pitch black, so we didn't get to see any of the scenery on our bus ride into the city. But today, it was very beautiful. I couldn't believe how many mountains there were just around this area, and the beach coastline was incredible to see as well. So I'm glad that we at least got to see that on our way out. It definitely is green and beautiful here.
Claustrophobic at first, struck by hunger and thirst. I stood up and looked around. There was nothing to be found, just a world I couldn't see.
A balloon, where?
And I heard
so close. One perk about traveling with a baby is you get to bring extra water with you.
Hey.
underground.
We're flying with easyJet on this trip, and so far it's been a pretty great experience. The first time flying with them. Honestly, when we booked this trip, it was last minute, and so we got some fairly decent prices, but the catch is that you have to fit everything into bags that will fit underneath your seats, which other airlines like Ryanair kind of do something similar, but this was kind of like our first real try at doing it with Willa. We managed to make it all work out, and it's actually pretty nice just because you don't have a whole lot of things in there. But overall, it's been a pretty good experience. No complaints so far. And probably the biggest thing is that there's no weight limit on your bags, which is really nice because our camera gear kind of weighs a lot, and then if we have like snacks and other clothes, especially for Willa, so it's been really nice to not have to worry about weight limits and trying to fit it under 8 kilograms.
Then my fear began to ease. From far away whispered a breeze, telling me to move along, there's nothing wrong. So I cornered my resolve, took a breath and took a step.
Hey Willa, what are you eating?
Chocolate.
Chocolate? Can you show us? Can you show us your chocolate? Oh, dancing? Dancing hips? Are those happy hips?
Thank you for being so patient.
Are you gonna show them? Yeah, that's right.
What is it? What kind of chocolate? Ritter's
Brown.
Huh?
It's brown chocolate, Mom.
I'd like to say that was the toughest part, but we're just getting started. It doesn't matter if you're on a road trip or you're taking a flight. Nothing is more helpful than having wet wipes.
Encountered metal on my left. What a strange thing to find, little in this blaze of mine, running lengthwise down the hall. And I heard,
Willa, did you wake up? Did we ask what it was?
No, it's a stroller red.
Where'd my stroller go? I don't know where it went. Another.
Do you have your stroller? Woo!
Piano 1, first floor.
So we finally get to take a little break with our masks off here at a restaurant. We found some food here at Wagamama, which has a lot of Oriental Asian dishes, which sounds very nice right now. The flight here was a little bit rough. Willa has her own seat now that she's over 2, and that comes with a lot of pluses and minuses. Plus is that she has her own seat, minus we have to pay for it, and the third one, trying to get her to sit down during takeoff and landing, a little bit harder than we were thinking. She did really good the first flight, huh? Yeah, do you have a seatbelt on the airplane?
Yeah. Yeah, outside.
And we go up, and when we come down, huh?
Up.
Did you fall asleep on the plane?
Did you fall asleep? Did you take a nap?
Yeah.
Yeah, she took a nap for most of the plane ride. There was a little bit of turbulence, and the lady next to us unfortunately threw up, so kind of an adventurous flight, and it was only an hour and a half. Could be worse. We're excited to have a few hours of a break with our masks off, be able to eat some food. This is gonna be our meal for today, and then Marissa has dessert planned for after.
And I am so excited for it. Honestly, on our way to Sicily, we stopped over in Milan, right? And we had quite possibly the worst day we've ever had in Italy. And the reason for that was because we thought we were going to the Duomo from the airport. In the end, we went to the central station, the wrong place. We went to get on the metro, we bought a ticket and everything, and then our stroller wouldn't fit through the doors, and the person there to help assist us to go through the wider gates wasn't there. So after that experience, we were just like, you know what, we're just gonna walk there, we need some fresh air. We ended up walking to the Duomo with like 30 minutes to spare before we needed to do it all the way back. It was a lot of money, honestly, for just a little bit of time. But the plus side from it was that we did stop and get an amazing crepe and gelato from this store. After doing a Google search, I found out that Milan airport has the same store. I'm so excited. But you can picture us in Milan with our gelato. Nutella spilling out of the crepe, gelato getting in my hair as we're trying to catch our metro back to the airport. It was an adventure.
What are these?
This
Noodles.
They're processing.
Yeah, what's it taste like?
They process.
We're gonna get Conan cup. This one. We only have a half an hour until we find out which gate we're at. And we've already been here for 2 hours. But in reality, this is probably the longest layover, meaning in perspective, because we've never had a layover this long with Willa. It's a lot harder if it was just Risa and I. Something that we're just getting used to. And right now she's watching Cinderella, which is giving us a little bit of a break, because it's a lot to chase her down and trying to keep her entertained otherwise. Not that it's not fun, it just makes it a lot more challenging. Risa, we have to ration our granola for the next 8 hours until we get home. I hope you're not hungry.
I actually think I'm gonna go and get a crepe, but it's hard for me to do that because it's like €4 for a crepe.
No, it's €6 for a crepe.
No, $4.50. $4.50 for Nutella and crepe, but it was so good. So I think we're gonna have to do that because if not, we're starving.
You got some snacks?
Last one! Woo!
Oh, no. Chicken and noodles! Woo!
We are so exhausted, but we finally made it here. Can you say we're done?
We're done.
Woohoo!
Finish your door.
Yeah, Willa's concerned about getting her stroller back. It's always hard when that stroller has to go. She has an attachment to it, apparently. It's interesting because the last 2 flights that we took today, we had a really long descent and we're very shaky. There was a lot of turbulence. In fact, both of us were feeling nauseous and I was questioning there for a sec if I was gonna have to look for a bag fast. I don't know, the weather's being crazy or maybe it's the pilots, who knows, but we're just happy to be on solid ground. We have a long drive ahead of us. Unfortunately, we're so tired and ready to crawl into our beds, but a little bit longer. Willa will hopefully fall asleep in the car drive home. Tanner and I, we don't have that enjoyment yet.
Poslední výzva pro cestující společnosti easyJet linky.
This is only a couple days after the Beijing Winter Olympics are over. And pretty cool that we saw someone from the Slovenian Olympic team, and then we saw the entire Czech ski team here at the Prague airport.
Oh my gosh, this is madness. The difference of weather compared to Italy to here. Oh, we are freezing and it's raining now and it was raining when we came.
Let's go. We used the covered aero parking and it really wasn't that far of a walk, but especially with the wind, the rain, it was really chilly tonight. Well folks, we'll be home shortly after midnight, assuming we don't get stopped by downed trees or torrential rains or bathroom breaks, so wish us luck.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be doing that again. We're exhausted. What a day. That was how many hours of travel?
Too many.
Way too many. The lights are out. we're closing out this video. We already know we're crazy. You don't even have to tell us in the comments below. We know it. Lesson learned. Good night, you guys.